Hi there everybody. In this video, I'd like to show you my favorite neck exercises to do. I find that these exercises are really wonderful maintenance tools to keep your neck resilient. And also, if you find that you are experiencing a lot of stiffness in the neck, sometimes if you are, for example, waking up and find that your neck is a little bit cricked, you can't necessarily move it as you would like to do. If you find that that happens quite a bit for you, employing these exercises, at least on a daily basis for the first couple of weeks, will help to get you onto a good regimen, and then utilizing this video to continue maintaining that resilience after you've built up the strength of the neck will help to ensure that those instances where you wake up and you find it difficult to move the neck are decreased, okay? So to begin with, for the neck exercises, all my favorites, we're gonna start on our side. So come on down. And where normally we'd place an arm underneath our ear to rest on the side, today we're not gonna do that. And we're going to start from this position with our head on the floor. Keep facing forward. So for this first movement, we're going to keep our face in the same direction that we're looking, and we're only going to focus on lateral flexion of the cervical spine of the neck. And so that basically looks like an ear to shoulder movement. So you bring the top ear to the top shoulder as much as you can, and then you really slowly lower it. And then we're going to do that 3 times. Really gradually. Lifting nice and slowly, trying to work the ear towards the shoulder rather than the shoulder towards the ear. And then slowly lower against gravity. And then one more. Lifting nice and slowly, ear to shoulder. And then slowly lowering. Now we're going to do it again, but we're going to add in a little bit of rotation at the top. So lifting the head halfway and then starting to look up to the ceiling, up to the sky, and then see if you can tap your chin to your shoulder. Again, instead of the shoulder to the chin, it's chin to shoulder, and then reverse out of that rotation and the lateral flexion, lowering the head down to the floor. Repeat, slowly lift, and rotate. Try to bring the chin towards the shoulder and then reverse out. And we're going to do 2 more of those. So 3 of the first one, 4 of this second one. Lift halfway, begin the rotation, and try to draw the chin towards the shoulder. Gradually lower, resisting gravity. And then 1 more to finish this particular variation. Lifting up, chin to shoulder, and then reversing back down. And then we are going to add 1 more. We're going to do 5 of the next variation. The next variation, we lift up halfway again, but this time then we rotate down so that we're looking towards the ground. And then I bring my neck into extension. So I'm trying to bring the back of my head to my top shoulder. And then I reverse out and set my head back down. 4 more of those, really slowly. Looking down and then drawing extension into the cervical spine. Try to keep the ear that is lifted the most forward towards the front surface of your body, and then reverse out. 3 more. Lift halfway, look down, and then bring extension into the neck as much as you can. Slowly lower, reverse out. 2 more. Part of the joy of being on our sides is that we get to resist gravity or work against gravity in this action, and all of a sudden we realize that our head is actually quite a heavy structure. 1 more. And therefore our neck muscles should be ideally very strong in order to maintain the position of our head and give it the support that it needs. After that fifth one, we're going to come on to the other side. At home, you can just roll over so that you can still hear my voice on the video. I'm going to do a little flip. So you roll over, come onto the other side. And then we're going to start with our lateral flexion, ear to shoulder. Nice and slowly, bringing the top ear to the top shoulder. Remembering to try and avoid the movement of the shoulder itself. So we're really giving the neck the work to do here. Slowly lowering, a little tap down on the floor, and then reverse your way back up. Ear to shoulder. Lower gradually. One more of those. See if you can perhaps get a little bit closer towards the shoulder. And then on the next one, we're going to add in rotation. So lifting halfway up, then looking up to the sky and seeing if we can tap the chin to the shoulder. Again, try to make sure that it's the movement of the neck rather than the shoulder coming towards the chin. 3 more of those. Lifting up, rotating, look up, chin to shoulder. And back down. Nice and slowly. When you tap down on the floor, you reverse all the way back up. Chin to shoulder. Lower slower than you want to. 1 more of these. Before we have our third variation. So for our third variation, we tap down and then we lift halfway again. But this time we rotate in the opposite direction, so we're looking down to the floor, and then we bring extension into the cervical spine, into the neck. So we're trying to reach the back of the head towards the top shoulder, and then we reverse our way out of that. 4 more of those. As you do this, and you bring the back of the head towards the top shoulder, again, try to prevent the shoulder itself from moving, and try to keep the ear that's closest to the front surface of your body, try to keep it in a relatively stationary position once you've got your rotation. So that's 3. Reversing out. Each time, trying to get a little bit more range. Lifting up for our 4th, rotating to look down, and then bringing extension into the neck. Reverse out. Tap down. And 1 more to finish these lateral raises of the head. Extension of the cervical spine, seeing if you can tap the back of the head to the top shoulder. Release all the way down, and then I'm going to get you to come onto your front. Again, because I'm on video, I'm going to turn around a little bit so that it's easier to hear me. And then when you come down onto your front, we're going to come into extension of the cervical spine, but to really isolate it through the cervical spine, try to think about bringing your sternum into contact with the floor. So your chest comes all the way down as much as you can, and then you think about drawing the back of the head towards the shoulder blades. And then from this position of extension through the neck, we're going to go for a little rotation to one side, seeing if we can give the chin a little tap to the shoulder. And then as you come back through the middle, try to bring yourself through that range of extension that we had a moment ago towards the opposite side. For a little tap of the chin towards the shoulder. Coming back through the middle again. 2 more of each side. trying to keep the sternum in contact with the floor. Tap. As you come back through the middle, try to find that range of extension again through the neck. Tap. One more each side. You may notice that there's some clicking, crunching, or some kind of noise in the neck as you do this. That's relatively normal, and with practice, as you switch to the last tap, with practice you may find that those noises diminish over time. Last tap, and then come back through the center, and there you have it. Those are my neck favorites, and for a lot of people they will be very useful, especially considering we sit for a very long time each day on average, and when we sit, our neck muscles don't get to move through the full range of motion that they are necessarily designed to move through. And so giving your neck 10-15 minutes on the floor like that sets it up really nicely for good maintenance and a reduction in things like tension-based headaches, as well as when you wake up with a stiff neck. Enjoy. Let me know your thoughts below in the comment section, or if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you again soon in the next video.